Most men go through life thinking they need to impress women. Flashy cars, smooth talk, chasing validation. And yet they still feel lost, rejected, misunderstood. But here's the truth no one teaches you. Women aren't drawn to what's loud. They're pulled in by what's quiet, by emotional strength, by self-control, by mystery. The real power isn't in what you do for her. It's in how you carry yourself even when she's not around. Underneath the surface, there are 10 hidden triggers that spark deep attraction. Most men don't see them. But once you do, you'll stop trying to win her over, and she'll start chasing you. Let's break down the 10 psychological patterns women can't resist, even if they don't realize it themselves. 1. Emotional certainty, the hidden anchor of female attraction. Women are emotional by nature, but that doesn't mean they're irrational. It means their emotions guide how they bond, how they choose, and how they trust. And that's why one of the deepest, most hidden desires of a woman is emotional certainty. She doesn't just want excitement. She doesn't just want chemistry. She wants to know, without a doubt, that the man standing in front of her won't crumble when life gets messy. She wants to feel that no matter what storm she brings, you won't be shaken. Because here's the truth. The moment she feels like she has to stabilize you emotionally, the attraction starts to die. You become the one who needs protecting. And whether she realizes it or not, she starts to lose respect. That's the silent killer of connection. What draws women in isn't the man who reacts to every mood swing, or tries to fix every tear. It's the man who stays grounded. The one who listens but doesn't panic. Who's strong without needing to raise his voice. Who's calm even when everything around him is chaos. That's the kind of emotional safety she craves. Think about it. If you don't trust your own emotional stability, why would she? Being stoic doesn't mean being cold. It means being solid. It means your peace isn't up for negotiation. She'll test it. She'll push buttons, sometimes without realizing it. Not because she's cruel, but because she wants to know. Can I lean on him? Will he fall apart if I fall apart? Can he hold the weight of us both when I can't hold myself? That's what emotional certainty means. And when you show her that, when you prove it not with words but with how you show up, you become her anchor, her calm in the storm, her reason to feel safe. And that is where attraction truly begins. 2. Women are drawn to what they can't fully have. Once a woman feels emotionally safe with you, the next thing her subconscious craves is the chase. Because just like you, she values what feels rare, what feels earned, what's not easily handed over without effort. This is where most men go wrong. They think that once they've shown they care, they should be more available, more expressive, more giving. But what actually happens? They become predictable, comfortable, safe, and forgettable. Here's the paradox most men never understand. The moment a woman feels she fully has you, she starts to pull away. Not because she doesn't like you, but because the excitement fades when there's nothing left to discover. Mystery fuels attraction. It keeps her thinking about you when you're not around. It creates space for her mind to wander. And in that space, desire grows. If you're always the first to text, if you're always available when she calls, if your life starts revolving around hers, she won't feel lucky to have you. She'll feel entitled to you. So what should you do? Stay grounded in your purpose. Keep your life full, your time valuable. Let her earn deeper access to you. This isn't about playing games. It's about maintaining your standards. Don't disappear or ignore her. Just don't give her all of you right away. Let her lean in. Let her wonder. Let her chase. Because when a woman senses that you're slightly out of reach, not cold, not distant, just centered in your own world, that's when her curiosity kicks in. And curiosity is powerful. It keeps her engaged, keeps her invested. It makes every interaction feel meaningful. Because it's not guaranteed. Remember, you don't have to be rude. You just have to be rare. When she feels she has to work for your time, when she can't fully predict your next move, she won't just like you. She'll want you. Not because you're playing hard to get, but because you are hard to fully possess. And that's what makes you unforgettable. Small blue diamond 3. The unspoken power of voice and presence. So you've given her emotional certainty. You've made her chase a little. But what's the first thing she notices before any of that? It's your energy, your presence, and, believe it or not, your voice. Before a woman knows your story, before she knows what you do for a living or how emotionally solid you are, she picks up on how you carry yourself. And she feels it. This isn't about being the loudest guy in the room. It's not about flexing or forcing attention. It's about commanding space without trying. Presence is silent dominance. It's the confidence in your posture, the calm in your walk, the control in your voice. Here's the truth. A man with a deep, grounded voice and still body language triggers something primal. Studies even show that a lower-pitched voice is associated with leadership, dominance, and high testosterone, all traits women subconsciously link to protection and strength. But it's not just about how you sound. It's about what you signal. Do you rush your words? Do you fidget when you speak? Do your eyes dart around the room when she's looking at you? Do you speak slowly and deliberately? Do you let silence work in your favor? Do you hold eye contact, not to intimidate but to stay rooted? Women can sense a man who's in control of his space, just like they can sense one who's insecure before he even opens his mouth. Want to be unforgettable? Walk into a room with your shoulders back. Take your time when you speak. Let your voice come from your chest, not your throat. And above all, stop rushing. You don't need to impress her with what you say. Impress her with how you are. Because presence isn't taught. It's developed. And when you combine presence with emotional certainty and scarcity, you don't just attract her. You magnetize her. She won't even know why. She'll just feel it deep in her body, that you're different. And that difference is power. The power of walking away. By now, you understand that emotional strength, mystery, and presence create deep attraction. But there's one move that separates boys from men. One mindset shift that instantly raises your value in her eyes. It's your ability to walk away. Most men don't have it. The moment things get uncertain, she pulls back, stops texting, seems cold. They panic. They chase harder. They over-explain, apologize for things they didn't even do, beg for attention. And that right there kills attraction. Because whether she admits it or not, a woman needs to know that you don't need her to be whole. The man who can walk away calmly and confidently sends a powerful message without saying a word. I want you, but I don't need you. And that changes everything. It flips the dynamic. It forces her to reevaluate your worth. Not because you're punishing her, but because you respect yourself enough to leave if your standards aren't being met. Think about it like this. Would you rather be the man who chases after being disrespected, or the man she regrets losing? Walking away doesn't mean you stop caring. It means your self-respect comes first. It means you're not afraid of being alone, because you know who you are. You know what you bring to the table. And you're not afraid to let her miss you. Here's the truth. The moment she knows you won't tolerate games, the moment she realizes you won't cling out of fear, she starts to feel something she didn't expect. Respect, followed by desire. What? Because women are biologically wired to respond to strength. Not arrogance, not control, but inner strength, the kind that can leave with dignity. And when you walk away, not out of spite but out of power, she won't forget you. In fact, that's when she starts wondering what she did wrong, why she lost you, and how she can get you back. So remember, never be afraid to walk away, because the man who's willing to leave is the one she'll fight the hardest to keep. 5. A man with a mission is her kryptonite. You've built emotional strength. You've learned to walk away. But if you really want to become unforgettable, you need something even more powerful than attraction. You need purpose. A woman may like your looks. She may be drawn to your presence. But what hooks her, what makes her stay, is a man who's going somewhere. A man with a mission is magnetic. What? Because he doesn't chase. He builds. He's not sitting around waiting for her text. He's building a business, mastering a skill, pushing toward a goal bigger than himself. And that energy is irresistible. You see, when a man has no mission, he turns her into the mission. He makes her the center of his world. Every decision, every emotion, every move revolves around her. At first it may feel flattering, but over time it becomes heavy. Because deep down, no woman wants to be your everything. She wants to be part of your journey, not the reason you exist. When you lead with purpose, you flip the script. You show her that your time matters, that your life has direction with or without her. And that's when she leans in. Because now, being with you isn't about attention. It's about alignment. She wants to feel like she's joining something powerful, something real. And when you have a vision, you offer her just that. So ask yourself, what are you building? What are you chasing that doesn't involve her? Because the man with a mission doesn't beg for love. He attracts it naturally. He moves with purpose. And women can't help but follow that lead. 6. The power of controlled vulnerability. A man with a mission is powerful. But a man who can be real without falling apart, that's rare. And that's exactly why controlled vulnerability is one of your greatest assets. Let's get one thing straight. Vulnerability isn't weakness. But uncontrolled vulnerability? That is, oversharing too soon, dumping your pain on her, needing constant reassurance. That doesn't create connection. It creates pressure. And pressure kills attraction. Women want to feel emotionally connected. But they don't want to be your therapist. They want to see your depth, yes. But they also want to know you're in control of it. So here's the key. Reveal but don't unload. Share but don't spiral. Feel but don't fall apart. Talk about your struggles, after you've learned from them. Share your truth but only when it adds strength, not chaos. Let her into your inner world, but don't make her responsible for cleaning it up. When you do that, something powerful happens. She sees your strength in your heart. She feels special because you chose to open up, not because you needed to. It's like standing in a storm, but you're holding the umbrella. You're not dragging her into your emotional mess. You're showing her that you've weathered it, and you're still standing. That's what captivates her. Not a man who hides everything, and not a man who shares too much, but the man who knows when to speak from the heart, and when to stay grounded in silence. That balance? It's rare, it's powerful, and it builds trust that runs deeper than words. Because when she sees your vulnerability under control, she doesn't see weakness. She sees a man who's unshakably real. 7. Women are wired to test you. So, you've shown emotional depth without losing control. You're calm. You're grounded. You're real. But now comes the part that catches most men off guard. The test. Yes, women test men. Not to play games. Not to manipulate. But because they have to. It's biological. It's subconscious. It's built into how attraction works. A woman will challenge your opinion. Pull back when things feel good. Throw out little jabs. Act like she doesn't care, just to see how you'll respond. And here's the hard truth. How you respond tells her everything. If you get reactive, defensive, insecure, you fail the test. Not just in that moment, but in her instinctual perception of your strength. You become the man who can be rattled. And she loses a piece of the safety she once felt with you. But the man who passes these tests, he doesn't flinch. He doesn't argue. He doesn't chase. He stays calm, centered, even playful. Not because he's trying to win, but because his sense of self isn't up for negotiation. That's what she's really looking for. She wants to know, if I push, will he break? If I pull away, will he chase? Or will he stay rooted in who he is, no matter what I do? Pass that test, and you instantly separate yourself from most men. Because now she doesn't just feel attracted. She feels safe. She feels trust. And trust unlocks everything. So remember, when she tests you, don't take it personally. It's not a problem. It's a signal. An opportunity. And the man who meets those moments with quiet confidence, he becomes unforgettable. 8. Confidence in the face of rejection is irresistible. If passing her test reveals your strength, then how you handle rejection proves your worth. Because let's be real. Most men fear rejection more than anything. It makes them shrink, second-guess themselves, even question their value. But here's the thing. Rejection isn't the problem. Your reaction to it is. When a woman senses that rejection destroys you, that it kills your confidence, your energy, your vibe, she knows you don't truly believe in your own value. And once that belief is gone, so is the attraction. But the man who embraces rejection with calm confidence, he becomes untouchable. He doesn't beg. He doesn't complain. He doesn't spiral. He smiles, says, "No worries, take care," and walks away like a man who knows there's more where that came from. Because that's the truth, isn't it? You don't need every woman to like you. You just need to stay grounded in who you are, with or without her validation. Confidence isn't about always getting the girl. It's about staying centered, even when you don't. Rejection will happen. Sometimes it won't make sense. Sometimes it'll sting. But if you can take it on the chin, laugh it off, and keep moving forward, you send a powerful message to every woman around you. I'm not here to impress you. I'm here because I know what I bring. And that mindset? It's rare. It's powerful. It's magnetic. Because deep down, women don't want a man who needs approval. They want a man who already approves of himself. Rejection doesn't weaken that kind of man. It reveals him. 9. Women obsess over men who are hard to read. After you've handled rejection like a man, after you've shown that nothing shakes your core, there's one more trait that quietly drives women wild. Mystery. Because here's the truth. When a woman can fully predict your every move, when she knows exactly what you're thinking, how you feel, and what you'll do next, the excitement dies. Not because she's bored of you, but because there's nothing left to wonder about. And curiosity? That's what keeps her emotionally invested. See, most guys make the same mistake. They open the floodgates too fast, text back immediately, overexpress their feelings, reveal everything by week 1. They think honesty equals openness. But in reality, mystery is what creates desire. Being hard to read doesn't mean being cold or manipulative. It means being selective, measured, and calm. You respond when you're ready. You don't reveal every detail about your life up front. You let her earn access, little by little. Because the more she has to figure you out, the more emotionally invested she becomes. It's not about playing games. It's about maintaining your centered masculine energy, where you're in control of what you give and when. So stop trying to be an open book. Be a compelling story, one chapter at a time. When she can't fully read you, she'll think about you more, talk about you more, feel pulled toward you without even knowing why. That's the quiet power of mystery. You're not being distant. You're just not giving away the ending. And that's exactly what keeps her turning the pages. 10. A man who controls his desires controls everything. So you've learned to be calm, grounded, mysterious. You've stopped chasing. But if you want to become truly magnetic, there's one final layer you need to master. Control over your desires. Because here's the hard truth. Most men are ruled by what they want. They chase women. They crave attention. They let lust, validation, and ego pull them in every direction. But a man who can look temptation in the eye and say, "Not now," that man is dangerous, in the best way. Why? Because when you control your desires, you control your energy, you protect your focus, you guard your time, and most of all, you show women something they rarely see. A man who chooses instead of chases. That subtle shift changes everything. When you're not desperate for affection, you stop tolerating bad behavior. You don't text just because you're bored. You don't hook up just because you're lonely. You move with intention, not impulse. And women feel that. They sense when a man is centered, not controlled by hormones or insecurity, but guided by vision and discipline. And that energy? It's intoxicating. Because now your attention has value. Your time is earned. And your presence means something. So next time you feel the urge to chase, to beg, to prove yourself, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, am I acting from strength or from need? Because the man who controls his desires doesn't just stand out. He leads. He decides. And he attracts, not by force, but by who he's become. Master your desire, and you master the game. You don't need to chase. You don't need to impress. You don't need to pretend. You just need to become the kind of man who leads with strength, moves with purpose, and stays calm under pressure. When you embody these 10 principles, emotional certainty, mystery, presence, self-control, you don't attract women by accident, you attract them by design. And the best part? You don't just win in relationships, you win in life. So if this spoke to you, if you're done guessing, chasing, and overthinking, then you're in the right place. Subscribe to the channel for weekly content on masculine mindset, attraction, and inner power. Thumbs up, hit the like button if this resonated with you. Speech balloon and drop a comment below. Let me know which point hit hardest for you, or what you're working on in your own journey. This is more than a video. This is a movement, and we're just getting started. Until next time, stay strong, stay grounded, and never chase,